Caledonia has been making slow progress, and W Connections would have been wise to take them seriously, but they opted to leave some key faces off the starting lineup. But Cali weathered the early storm and forced the interception here, from which they stormed into the area and forced a penalty after this mugging by the Connections defense. Up stepped the evergreen Kareem Tiny Joseph to do the needful, and Mova Caledonia were on their way after 25 minutes. They should have doubled up here, except for the legs of Jelani Archibald in goal for the Savanetta boys to spare Connections blushes. A similar thing at the other end this time, as Connections should have drawn level, except the brilliant Terence Lewis got enough of it to deflect it wide. Connections would pay for that miss as Caledonia stormed upfield, and although Archibald did well to block the initial shot, he was powerless to prevent Ajay Edwards from tapping in for 2-0 in just the first half. The game changed though when Marcus Joseph was introduced, and he almost broke through for the Savanetta boys, only the post got in the way. He would not be denied, however, as moments later he was able to finally get one past Lewis to cut the lead in half on 51 minutes. Then they got a chance to draw level when a penalty was awarded. But the St. Lucian star Kurt Fredericks watched in amazement as Lewis went full stretch to his left to make the save and keep it at 2-1 Caledonia. Connections tried desperately to get back on level terms, but somehow Lewis came up big every time, and Marcus Joseph in particular will be particularly aggrieved. But Cali held on for the 2-1 upset and stays alive for a semi-final spot. Point Fortin came with designs of a semi-final spot of their own, but the lawmen had other ideas. They jumped out to an early 2-0 lead and were pressing for more to put the Point Fortin outfit away early, but were guilty of some glaring misses. That gave Civic hope, and they almost broke through, but for the brilliance of national custodian Adrian Fonset, who kept the lawmen in front 2-0 at the interval. But not even Fonset knew much about this one, and it was only the post that denied Civic a way back in the game. Their pressure would pay off when the referee was on spot to see the infringement and immediately pointed to the spot. But to the amazement of all inside the stadium, the normally clinical Houghton Hector blazed over to sum up Civic's night. Then police thought they had a third when the ball was shifted from one side to the next, then the header dropped in. However, the referee's assistant spotted an infringement and waved it off. But the lawman would eventually get a third from the penalty spot after the ball was handled in the area. Up stepped Kareem Freitas to redeem himself after some earlier misses. With the win, the lawmen go top of the group and could reach 12 points with a win over Mova Caledonia on Tuesday. Anything else would qualify Cali in second from the Abercrombie Group. Ruskin Mark, C Sports Extra.